Let me zoom back up. There's a little button here that says interactive data. I mean, you could go to financial statements directly like that. But as you know, we're civilized people. If there is a way we can get these financial statements in Excel, we will. And what do you know? There's a little link that says view Excel document. I'm going to save this. Walmart 2024 10K. And I'm going to open that. Any number in that filing that is in a table is put on this Excel file. You know, you could find some general info. Let's start with consolidated statements of income. Unfortunately, there is no universal name, what we call income statement. Walmart calls it statements of income. Some firms call statements of uh, revenues and expenses. Some firms call statement of performance. But if you look at the statement, you know it's income statement. This is comprehensive income, you know, balance sheet, shareholders' equity, cash flow, what have you. I will also want to download Kroger, okay? Because they're in the same industry. Let's look at the classic version. No, doesn't matter. KR is Kroger's ticker. I'm gonna get their latest 10K. And turns out these guys are also filing at the end of January, effectively. They filed it as of February 3rd, but no, that's not what I wanted. Let's look at the balance sheets and always pay attention to units. In Kroger's case, they are in units of millions. Every once in a while, they do it in units of thousands. Uh, in terms of total assets, Kroger has total assets of $50 billion. Let's look at uh, Walmart, 250 billion dollars or so. Those are the book values of assets, but even if you didn't know, Walmart is a much bigger company than Kroger. So given that, let's look at the statements of income. Uh, Walmart has net sales of $642 billion. And Kroger has, uh, for example, Kroger calls it statement of operations. But you know it's pretty much, and they have $150 billion in sales. So before we express things in common terms, we can't make a comparison. So let's go ahead and do this for income statement. I'm going to basically copy these, paste it here. Or, of course, I will leave the sales as it is. Take these items and divide it by sales. I'm going to fix the row, and I like expressing these things in percentages. Not that it matters. And let's also make that a little bit bold. For example, here's one use of it. I mean, over the last 3 years, sales of Kroger went up by about $13 billion. But if you look at the merchandise cost, including advertising, yada, 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 that ratio is rather stable, around 78%. So that means that growth came because of the sales. And you can bring it all down. And let's see. Let's look at their operating margin. I'm going to make that different colors, a bit bigger maybe. Operating profit is once Kroger pays for everything except for things like interest, taxes, and stuff, uh, how much of the money, how much of the $100 sale they get to keep. It looks like a little bit over $2, but relative to 2022, it's been coming down a little bit. Now let's do the same thing for Walmart. I'm going to copy this thing just for the format purposes. I'll change the formulas. You know me as a civilized person. So let's, oh, let me copy these because their total revenues have other items. If you're wondering what is that membership and other income, does Walmart have membership? No, it doesn't. It's the Sam's Club that has membership. But remember, these are consolidated financial statements. Since Walmart has a controlling interest, I think they own it 100%, but they have to consolidate it with Sam's Club. So don't think that Walmart has membership.
If they have like a Walmart Plus now, would they count that in there?
If you're paying something, yeah. But all we care is what's the total revenues. Delete. Here's my operating income. You guys are probably thinking that Walmart is a place where they're cheap, but at least in terms of operating income, they're making more money than Kroger does. More than likely, that's because they have a better control of their logistics and costs. Walmart is such a big company. When they import stuff from abroad, they get tremendous deals. I mean, I used to do consulting for a company that produces bedding sets, very high quality stuff. In fact, they never sold domestically, they only export. They had a deal with Walmart, and anytime Walmart wanted to change the terms, all they have to say, if you don't agree with this, when this contract expires, you get nothing. So that's a big client. You say, yes, sir. There was a big devaluation in 2001 in Turkey. Overnight, Turkish lira lost over half of its value. Of course, given that such local companies have a lot of their inputs in Turkish lira terms, that produce, a lot of profits for them because they sell in dollars. And Walmart said, "Oh, you guys made a lot of money from this. We're taking one third of it." They even calculated how much money they would make because they knew the company so well. We're taking one third of that. They could not say no. But Kroger apparently doesn't have that much pricing power. I mean, normally I would have compared cost of sales, but Kroger doesn't separate it. For example, they put everything in there. Let's also do the same thing for what are they? Balance sheets, and they don't even do it in the same order. I'm going to insert one more.